I'm joined now by Bob Reist, head coach of the Valley Huskers, and not only that, but the head coach of the year, award winner in the British Columbia Football Conference. And coach, obviously, I'm sure the wounds aren't fully healed yet from that semifinal game up in Kelowna, but how do you sort of reflect on the way that your season came to an end? I guess we'll start there and go from that.
I mean, I thought we were in a very tight football game for the majority of the game, and then at the end things kind of broke apart, and when we weren't in it anymore, we weren't. But for 90% of that game or whatever it was, we battled hard, and we got down a couple times and kept battling back. And kind of the story of our season, we battled, and then we gave it all we could, and at the end we kind of came up a little short, but it was a good football game, and I was proud of the effort our guys put in.
Have you had a chance at all to even maybe pull back and take it in and just sort of review everything on the season as maybe a bit of a whole, as opposed to that week by week focus that you have when you're in the middle of it? Have you had a chance to review and kind of reflect on what the season meant to you in this program?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We got together. Obviously it's tough right after a loss to immediately, reflect on what was a very successful season for us. So we got together as a team, last night to kind of address just that. We did a lot of firsts as a program this year. We, beat the Sun for the first time in our franchise history. We shattered almost every Huskers record there was to have this year. We did 6 wins after going 0-30. It was the statistical leaders that we had across the board. Like, we did a lot of amazing things, and the guys should be very proud of the effort that they put in. And obviously, it's always hard when your season it comes to an end early, and it does for everybody but one team. At the end of the day, and so it's tough to look back and reflect, but when you do, it's been an incredible year, and the guys need to be proud of the effort that they put in, and get ready to start that again up for next year.
Try and explain for me what it means to you. I know that you're not an individual award kind of guy, and I know that the Cullen Cup would mean a lot more than any individual award that you could win from the league. But try and just explain to me what it means to be the coach of the year. And I'm sure it makes you think of the support staff you have there as well, and your coordinators and the guys putting in the hours with you there.
Yeah, absolutely. And to me, the biggest, the thing is, for the people that, believed in the vision that we've been pushing as a coaching staff. And, all the thanks go to the guys on the staff. They put in countless hours, it's just as much their award as it is mine. I mean, we're in it together. And the board and the whole organization as well. It's a big, stepping stone for us as a program, and it really ties into, just belief in where we're going as an organization. And it kind of, validify or add some, to what we're trying to get across and to push what we're trying to do. So I think it's a stepping stone for the program, and we're happy to accept.
Bob, you talk about that vision and that belief in the vision. And I've always actually been quite amazed and really respect the way that you never waver from it. I can tell that you believe in it, and you've made your program believe it. But how many people outside of your program do you think over the last year and a half believed it? Especially last year when, everyone was saying, oh, they're turning a corner, but there wasn't a win there. Do you think there was any external belief, and did that maybe kind of drive you guys even more?
I do believe wholeheartedly in what I've been preaching and what we've been saying all along is we're trying to take this program to the best. We want to be the best. And whether people outside of our program, believe that or not, I don't know. I have no control over that. Certainly, we're headed in the right direction, and that's, kudos to the guys that do believe and the people that do believe, and those people are growing in numbers. We're getting bigger at that. So, I think the community of Chilliwack and the surrounding areas of the Valley are believing, and, the places where we're doing recruiting are believing. So, I think we're taking a lot of steps in growing this road that we've been preaching all along. So, This is now going into year 3 of the program and the vision, and I'm excited to see where we take it from here.
You talk about the places that are you're recruiting, believing as well in that. One of the hotbeds, obviously, for you guys is Manitoba and Winnipeg especially. And that goes back. You and I were just chatting a moment ago about guys that, we knew mutually from playing from back in the early 2000s that were playing between the island and the BCFC and playing out in Manitoba. Talk about that relationship that exists there between BC football and Winnipeg and Manitoba. It's kind of a bizarre thing, isn't it?
You know what? It's always been there. It's been there as long as I can remember. Going back to when I played for the Air Force, and the Huskers loaded up back then on some Winnipeg kids and had a very good run. And then when I went out to Manitoba, I think I went with 12 BCFC guys. The majority all-stars that I battled against, played against, and credit to Brian Dobie for opening up and really hammering a pipeline out of BC and guys that want to go back and get into coaching. And the BCFC has been sprinkled with guys from that program throughout the years that have got into coaching. So certainly there's a relationship there, and we continue to try to get guys from that area because they're good football players for sure.
Looking at the BC final coming up this weekend, what do you see? Who do you like? Do you have a prediction at all? How do you break down the matchup?
I mean, two very good football teams. I think certainly Langley is rolling right now. They got offensive weapons that are lighting it up. Katoy is playing very well. But Okanagan's got a very good defense. I'm excited to see how that thing turns out. As far as predictions, I'll predict it's going to be a tight, hard-fought football game. I don't know what side ends up with it, but I'd say it's within 10 for sure.
Bob, I really appreciate this. I appreciate all you being so available to me all season long, and I know the fans do as well. Your videos are always some of our better performing ones. Everyone likes to hear what you have to say, so I appreciate it, and congratulations on a good year.
Thanks again, Dom. Look forward to getting back to this as soon as we can.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, take care.